Skin the Heart Away 17. Back with another EP. And I'm glad y'all good folks could make it. Y'all do your boy a favor as you roll on in. Y'all smash that like button for your boy. Whether you're here for a good time or a long time, as y'all roll on in. Y'all smash that like button for your boy. Skin the Heart Away 17. Back with another EP. Let me say what's up to the people that's in the chat. Shout out my guy Skywalker, TWT in the building. Was good, family. MP, what the fuck? TWT in the building. Was good, fam. My guy Terry Cohen. Appreciate you sliding through this junk. Was good, Terry. I gotta bring you up, Terry, on your new page. Shout out to my good people. But today, I'm here to make sense of, this whole mess of a situation that is this Keith Thurman and this Connor Benn thing, you know what I mean? And this whole 147 just lately just kind of been a mess in itself, you know what I mean? Type deal. But I'm here to make a mess of this situation, you know what I mean? I'm here to make sense of this mess of a situation right now. Connor Benn and Keith Thurman, Eddie Hearn for like 2 and 3 weeks strong. He had been hitting us. Actually, for like 2 or 3 months strong, he had been hitting us that Connor Benn, had a big fight coming up. He told us last year that at the end of this year, Connor Benn, he told us at the end of last year that by the end of this year, Connor Benn will have a big name fight. You know what I mean? He had been telling us we're working on, the Keith Thurman situation and the Keith Thurman fight for Connor Benn. He even went as far as to say that the Chris Eubank rumors that we had been hearing, that were surfacing, Connor Benn versus Chris Eubank, Eddie Hearn even went as far as to tell us that don't believe it, that's not true at all. He's working solely and focused solely on making the fight with Keith Thurman. So me and like everybody else, we're under the so me, and the three other people, right? The rest of the boxing world, we're under the impression that we're getting ready for a Connor Benn versus Keith Thurman fight, which makes perfect sense. You know what I mean? Connor Benn is ranked high up in the WBA. Keith Thurman is ranked high up in the WBC. Keith Thurman is the former champion. Connor Benn, is trying to make his way in America. He needs that name, that staple, that's going to make him a serious threat, household name over here. On this side of the pond, Keith Thurman makes perfect sense, right? I'm excited for it. You know what I mean? This is a fight that the people have been asking for. We've been asking Keith Thurman, to get in the ring and test himself out against one of these young guys for some time now, whether it be Boots, whether it be Connor Benn. Those two are the names that you hear the most when it comes to Keith Thurman, Boots, and Connor Benn, whether it be either of those guys. We just want Connor Benn, to step in the ring and challenge himself, against somebody. Not saying that Mario Barrios wasn't a challenge, you know what I mean? But Mario Barrios came up from 140 pounds, right? So in the wake of the Keith Thurman and Connor Benn situation, the Chris Eubank rumor started surfacing. I wasn't personally, holding too much weight on it because, if you know, and if you don't know, I'm gonna tell you now, Chris Eubank and Connor Benn, had been, in talks or at each other's necks, at each other's throats. They have a history with each other. It's a little bad blood, between those two families in general, not just Connor Benn and Chris Eubank. Chris Eubank's father and Connor Benn's father are two of the biggest UK fighters ever. Nigel and Chris Eubank Sr. are two of the most notable, biggest UK fighters ever. They fought at least, I think, like 2 or 3 times. Did Nigel Benn and Chris Eubank Sr. You know what I mean? And now you have their sons who are in a situation to do the same thing. But they had been teasing that fight, for like maybe a year and a half strong, you know what I mean? But one was at 47 and the other was at middleweight. So there's nothing that I never took too serious. You know what I mean? I was more so focused on the Connor Benn Keith Thurman situation, right? So News hits, straight over there from the UK. I got this directly from Michael Benson. Michael Benson is one of the bigger, UK reporters. He's like, the Mike Coppinger, over there. He's what Mike Coppinger is over there to what Mike Cop is over here. He works for the big company type deal. He's the biggest, name in boxing as far as like the reporters go. Working on the major network, right? So Michael Benson, reports that Conor Benn and Chris Eubank is set for October 8th at the O2 Arena. That was just days after Eddie Hearn had told us don't pay attention to the Chris Eubank unions, we'll focus on Keith Thurman. So it comes out that boom, Chris Eubank and Conor Benn are set to do battle October 8th at the O2 Arena. Now, two things when this news dropped. One, the first thing I thought was, okay, I hope this is just a play, maybe to get Keith Thurman, you know what I mean, to jump on the fight, maybe to give Keith Thurman a break in negotiations, to show him that Conor Benn has somewhere else to go, right? Boom. And then I heard rumor that Keith Thurman is supposed to be fighting Lara. Lara. I always fuck up his first name. Y'all know who Lara is, Big Lara. Israel. Y'all know who I'm trying to say, man. Y'all don't want to sit here and hear me fuck up Lara name 1,000 times. That man named Lara. Y'all know who Lara is. Israel, motherfucking Lara. Goddamn it. Somebody teach me how to say Lara first name. But Lara, Keith Thurman. Now I'm hearing rumors that Keith Thurman and Lara go fight. So I'm gonna say this before I tell y'all, what I really think it is. Hopefully, this is just a ploy where Keith Thurman's side and Conor Benn's side are both playing hardball, and they just trying to show the other side that they both have other fights available to take. You know what I mean? Hopefully, that's what this is, because I truly can't make much sense of this. I could make sense of Conor Benn's situation and Chris Eubank's situation a little more than I can out of this Keith Thurman and Lara situation. But both of these fights just seem like, they came out of nowhere. It's like, why? Like, why now? Why do we have to get these fights now when, we would much rather see Conor Benn in a Keith Thurman fight? We knew that y'all been in negotiations, you know what I mean? So now, why now all of a sudden you fight Chris Eubank and you fight Lara? You know what I mean? Y'all both go jump up in weight class to fight at catch weights why not just fight each other? Like, what's the problem? Now, the only thing that I can see, you know what I mean, this is a negotiation tactic, because Keith Thurman, is asking for that 10 million, or whatnot type deal. So maybe this is both sides, trying to, get an upper hand. But if these fights really is to go down, if these fights really are to go down, because Conor Benn and Chris Eubank is a real thing. I know there is real beef there. You know what I mean? But Lara and Keith Thurman, that's like something new. That's something never heard of, never thought of, which gets me to thinking that maybe this is just Conor Benn's side and Keith Thurman's side. I think Conor Benn's side made a move and was like, we could fight Chris Eubank, Keith Thurman, if you don't get your shit together. And then Keith Thurman's side was like, okay, and we could put Lara in the ring with Keith Thurman at a catch weight. You know what I mean? We could do it too. You know what I mean? So maybe this is just them, continuing the negotiation. You know what I mean? What's good, Just Do? Appreciate you sliding through this joint. Najee, what's good? Appreciate you sliding through this joint. Najee, my brother, Just Do, TWT in the building. So maybe this is just, a negotiation, tactic from both parties. You know what I mean? Trying to get an upper hand. That's what I'm hoping in the back of my mind. If we were to get Conor Benn versus Chris Eubank Jr., from what the feeling that I'm getting, like from the people, from where I'm looking, the blogs, the sources, the fans are a little, confused by it. They're not really, a favorite of it. Me personally, I understand it because I've been following it a little longer. You know what I mean? So I kind of understand it. The timing is bad because me, just like, the people, we all wanted Conor Benn versus Keith Thurman, right? This is not the fight that I wanted. You know what I mean? But it's not a bad consolation prize. You know what I mean? And to be real, Keith Thurman versus Lara is not a bad consolation prize either. These fights are just not the fights that we wanted. These not the fights that we were expecting. You know what I mean? And I think more so that's the dust up more than anything. You know what I mean? A9 Media was good. He said, sorry, I've been, I don't know why I said it to you. I'm currently in prison on a 5-year stretch. Hopefully I still got my phone so I can watch this fight. It's what I've been looking forward to for a while. Respect, bro. God damn, A9. Shout out to my guy A9 Media, bro. God damn, A9. Hold that thing down, bro. Hold it down, G. Hold it down, man. Shout out my guy A9 Me. Appreciate you sliding through this joint. Man, let me drop the flames one time for A9 Me. I got you. My boy hopped in from the cell, man. Shout out A9 Me. Appreciate you sliding through this joint. A9. Now, is you talking about Chris Eubank versus Conor Benn? Is a fight that you've been waiting on? I'm telling you, I be trying to tell my folks on this side there, bro. That's a big fight over there. Like I understand we mad at them because we don't really understand, the whole nature of it. But that's a big fight over there on their side. You know what I mean? That's big for them. So if he we want to see him fight Keith Thurman and Conor Benn because that's a big fight for us over here. But him fighting Chris Eubank is a bigger fight over there than that fight is over here. That's why I understand it. That's why I'm not really mad at the fella. Plus, he moving up. Like he putting himself in danger. Like this box, y'all know how I feel about it. If they want to fight, let them fight. These folks got real smoke. I don't give a fuck about the size because Conor Benn don't give a fuck about the size. Conor Benn don't care how big he is, and that's why I love. That's why I love this sport. That's why I fuck with a fighter like Conor Benn. Y'all go understand why I fuck with Conor Benn in just a second. As soon as this Chris Eubank fight start, y'all go understand why I fuck with Conor Benn. You feel me? That man don't give a fuck how big, how small, nothing like that. Y'all was talking all that stuff like, oh, Conor Benn fight old people. He talk big, but he fight little, and all that blah, 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 blah. Then he said, okay, well, Ben, I'm finna go handle this business over here. I'm finna go handle this business over here on my side. You know what I mean? I'm finna go handle this business over here on my side, because I can't really get this one over there on y'all side. So I'm finna take care of this domestic. I'm finna go up in weight. And then some people say, well, so I really want to sit here and tell me that somebody could tell me that right. We say Chris Eubank is unproven. Chris Eubank ain't no slaw. He unproven. He's not no slaw. He's a hell of an athlete. You know what I mean? We've seen Chris Eubank boxing, especially him fighting a smaller Conor Benn. You know what I mean, bro? Like, it's like, bro, if we could turn Conor Benn moving up to really handle this dude, this is like, bro, this is like part 2 of it. They dads have real beef for decades. It's a, you know what I'm saying? We don't really understand it over here, but that fight makes him. That's a good constellation prize. And what I'm saying is, Thurman and Lara is a good constellation prize as well. But if it is to happen this way, you know what I mean? I'm not mad at Conor Benn for fighting Chris Eubank. I ain't mad at. I'm a little mad at Thurman for fighting Lara. You know what I mean? I ain't mad at Thurman for fighting Lara because he putting himself in a tough situation. I'm really mad because I don't think Thurman ever is really gonna fight Lara. Because if Thurman ain't gonna fight fucking Benn, if Thurman ain't gonna fight Boots or Thurman ain't gonna fight fucking Virgil, why would you go up there and fight Lara? You think you got a better chance fighting Lara than you do fighting Boots? I'm sorry to tell you, you don't. You don't. I'm sorry to tell you, you don't. You don't. You don't. Yes, Keith Thurman got a better chance at beating Boots than he got at beating fucking Lara. Yes. It's weight classes for a reason. Keith Thurman is a small motherfucking welterweight. Lara ain't shit to be played with, bro. But I'm just confused on like exactly what the fuck happened or what the fuck is happening. You know what I mean with this Keith Thurman and Conor Benn. Now, I say this: Conor Benn versus Chris Eubank does make sense to me. Keith Thurman and Lara don't really make sense to me, but I like the fight. Two big names, two fighters that we love. Shit, make that shit happen. I think Keith Thurman go get his ass stretched the fuck out. He go get stretched the fuck out. But make that shit happen. You know what I mean? But I'd much rather see Conor Benn fight Keith Thurman. I think that's a much more competitive fight. You know what I mean? If both of y'all can agree to go up in the catchweight, Conor Benn and Chris Eubank go make hella bread. I know Keith Thurman ain't gonna get that 10 million or 5 million or whatever he asking for. If he fight Lara like that, you know what I mean. He not gonna get that money he asking Conor Benn them for. Over there if he fight Lara. Now I understand that's an inside fight, so it's easier to make. But my thing is total and all in all, you still would make more fighting that Conor Benn fight, you know what I mean, for, you may actually get 4 to 5 million for fighting Conor Benn. You're not going to get 10, but you might get 4 to 5 million for fighting Conor Benn. If you end up fighting Lara, you're not getting $4 to 5 million for fighting Lara, bro. You know what I mean? And you got a better chance at beating Conor Benn than you got at beating Lara, because Lara going to put your ass to sleep. I'm not really sure if Conor Benn beat you or not. That's why I want to see the fight, because it's intriguing. Now, there's some people who think you beat Conor Benn. There's some people that think Conor Benn beat you. You know what I mean? But that's to be seen. I would much rather see Benn Conor than, Benn Eubank. But I understand the people in the UK, like my guy A9 Media just said, the people in the Brown No Boxing, what's good, Brown No Boxing, my North Memphis brother. Appreciate you sliding through this, young Brown. But in the UK, right, Benn and Eubank is huge. That's a huge fight. Huge. Like huge. Like you could call it a money grab or whatsoever, but he said the way Ben versus Granados went, Keith could outbox Ben, Thurman. Yeah, bro. He could though. That's what I'm saying, Teddy. Like, I'm not even sure that Ben beat Thurman. It's a better fight for Keith. You know what I mean? Because you fight Lara, Lara gonna put your ass to Lara is gonna knock Thurman the fuck out, bro. He gonna knock his ass out. He gonna knock him out, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, y'all. This was being said right now. Now, again, I'm gonna say this because I'm gonna get up out of here in a second. Because brother Five still alive in the morning. G Fizzle, Fizzle still alive in the morning. I ain't gonna be here too much longer, but I'm gonna say this. Hopefully, this is just a negotiation tactic. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. This is how my mind working. I'm thinking since Keith Thurman wants so much money in negotiations, right? I'm thinking Eddie Hearn's side put this Chris Eubank fight out there. Like, look, bro, we could take this fight and we could make us hella money. You know what I mean? We don't need to fight you. We don't gotta give you that much. So then I think the Keith Thurman side was like, well, shit, we could move up and we could fight Lara since you want to move up and fight people. We could move up. We could fight Lara. People like Lara. They like Lara over here. We could put Lara and Keith Thurman down. That's an interesting fight that people are like. So maybe it's a negotiation tactic. Maybe it's they trying to, and maybe we end up getting Keith Thurman and Conor Benn in the end. But for them to be teasing the Chris Eubank and Conor Benn fight, that's major in the UK, and the fans over there probably will be upset if that fight don't happen now. You better believe that the way that we want to see Thurman versus Benn over here, just being real, they want to see Benn versus Chris Eubank 10 times more over there. You know what I mean? And that's just how it go. You know what I mean? Conor Benn got to prove himself, to the world. He got to prove himself as a boxer. And, the best fights are over here in America. So Conor Benn do got to come over here to America eventually. Now, he tiptoed over here a few times, you know what I mean? And he fought, some C-level fighters, some old fighters, you know what I mean? But eventually, he going to have to come on over here. But if he want to take care of this Chris Eubank smoke first, before he come over here, I understand it, but I'd much rather see him versus him versus Keith Thurman, because it's a much more competitive fight for both of them, I think. I'm not really sure if Conor Benn win either of these fights right now, but I tell you this type deal. I think Conor Benn got a slightly better chance at beating Chris Eubank than he do at beating Keith Thurman. And that's because of how I really think of Keith Thurman. I'm hard on Keith Thurman, but I know Keith Thurman is the goods. You know what I mean? Type deal. He said, yeah, movers are being kryptonite. Yep. Because Ben got to learn. That's what I'm saying too, Teddy. Y'all want to throw my boy. Y'all want to throw my boy out there in the fire like that. Ben didn't have a long amateur career. He barely even went to the amateurs. You know what I mean? He might not even went to the amateurs. You know, he learned it on the job. That's why I wanted him to get a couple more fights in so he can pull his shit all together. You know what I mean? He's starting to come into his offense, starting to come into his power. You know what I mean? I need him to move. Now he's moving his head a little better. You know what I mean? And now he got to move his feet. But it's a maturation process for Ben. You know what I mean? Type deal. Chris Eubank is a mover too, by the way. He said, yeah, if Lara, he's if Lara came, hey, Lara gonna knock him the fuck out, Teddy. Bro, he gonna knock him the fuck out. I'm telling y'all, once Ben come to the US, he's getting bodied. Maybe so, Johnny Q. Maybe so, you know. But man, I like Ben, bro. I think he got a chance. I think with a couple, if he could, he fight Chris Eubank, right? Win, lose, or draw. Let's say he don't get like beat up too bad. Let's say it's a close fight, split decision or something. He lose, you know. Let's say he learned from it. I think that'd be good for him. You know what I mean? Then I'd say, he get him a little lateral move, and then he come over here. You know what I mean? Then get him like a little, C plus fighter type deal. It's a process. Being still learning. I say, see, Boots is a different level. Boots is almost like Floyd in the sense where he come from a boxing family, a long lineage of boxing family. See, he got that advantage. People don't understand that being and his daddy, being daddy made money and he gave it to the family. But being daddy wasn't really there working side by side with being like guiding him through our life. Now he wasn't really there. He funded everything, but he was out doing what he had to do to provide for the family. Kind of being said that, you know what I mean? So he didn't really have that boxer daddy. He had a boxer daddy, but he ain't really had it. Boots, on the other hand, he different. That nigga daddy box, brother, uncle, other brother. You know what I mean? Like all them. You know what I mean? He said, yeah, he go. he probably said, he said, yeah, man, then Def getting better. And that's where I'm at with it, Teddy. I believe if you could get him to the right point first, he'll be being is 25. If we could get him to 27 without him having to run in the boots, I think he'll be okay. Anybody else, I think he could take. Anybody else, you could put him in there with. Anybody outside of boots right now, I think you could put him in there with. Okay, let's say he fight Chris Eubank. Boom. He come over here, he fight Boutier. Boom. After that, then you put him in there with Virgil Ortiz. I think he beat Virgil Ortiz. Chris Eubank, Boutier, I think he beat Virgil Ortiz. And then you could throw him in there with Boots. You know what I mean? I need him to be about 24-0, 25-0 before I really want to put him in there with Jerron. You know what I mean? If I really want to, say he can beat the elites. You know what I mean? I need him to be about 24 or 25-0, like everybody else. Because he 20-0. You know what I'm saying? He 20-0 with no amateur career. You know what I mean? I feel like if you go get him, the best time is to get him now, which is why I think everybody want to get him now. And I understand it. But I think the best time to get him is to go and get Conor Benn now, while he inexperienced and shit like that, But I think when that boy get right, it's going to be a different story. You know what I mean? But yeah, but it's just, but I ain't gonna be here too long, man. Y'all go to G5 in the morning, brother. G5. You think he beat Ugas? I don't know. Interesting. That's why I'm saying he got to come over here eventually. Like, yeah, interesting, bro. I don't know. I want to see. I know more after this Chris Eubank or after this Keith Thurman fight, though. I know more after Chris Eubank or Keith Thurman with Conor Benn. But that's all I got. Y'all finna get the hell up out of here. Y'all go to G5 in the morning. Y'all holler at Brother Five. Appreciate y'all. He said, why y'all hate on Benn, though? I'm going to get him right, man. We going to bridge the gap, baby. Naze, we going to bridge the gap, Naze. Shout out to my UK guy, Naze. We going to bridge the gap, man. Conor Benn family, man. They just don't know it yet. Appreciate y'all folks sliding through this. John Skin, the Hardaway Southern T. This ain't the past. This ain't the future. It's the present. That's how we rocking. And I'm out. Love.